Good morning, aloha from Florida. Just going to give a real quick 24-hour Antarctica sun theory. At least the geocentric theories have a possibility of being true. The solar system, the heliocentric hypothesis, is a scientific absurdity. Everything that they claim about the sun being 93 million miles and huge and full of gravity attracting everything else is just pseudoscience nonsense. In the real world, nothing is explained by gravity. Everything is explained by relative density and electrical forces. You even have globe-loving NASA fanboy electrical engineers who have put forth their hypothesis that the sun is absolutely not powered by thermonuclear fusion, but that it is electrical in nature. They even go so far as to say the sun is hollow inside, and it's just the surface of the sun that is seeing any kind of real activity. One of those is Eric Dollard, a globe-loving scientist, but his hypothesis, and who's the other one? Don Scott, an electrical engineer and a professor of electrical engineering, puts forth the same hypothesis that the sun is electrical in nature. If that's true, the alleged mass of the sun is less, far less than what is claimed, and their gravity theory is completely out. So here's the theory for the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. If you have not seen the video by Joe Hanvey, or a few videos by Joe Hanvey on YouTube, and psychedelicizationism, I'll say that again, psychedelicizationism on TikTok, please go watch those videos and you'll see some visuals of what I'm about to share with you. So the apparent 24-hour sun in Antarctica is most likely the reflection of a projection, that the main sun in our sky is most likely a projection into this realm, a focal point of light in our sky. And as it moves from the Tropic of Cancer out of the equator to the Tropic of Capricorn and back, when it is out closer to the Tropic of Capricorn, as it is now, approaching the winter solstice on December 21st, that apparent sun, or the projection sun into our sky, will make a reflection down in Antarctica. And that reflection is off of the extremely reflective firmament, or crystalline firmament, or the glass ceiling, whatever you want to call it, the dome. And that's what is causing the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. That's the theory that at least has the potential to be true. Nothing is true about the heliocentric hypothesis. This is not a solar system. This is an Earth system. And on this Earth system and how the heavenly luminaries work, it's very likely that all of the heavenly luminaries are projections into our realm, into our field of view. So just keep seeking and finding. Go watch those videos by Joe Hanvey on YouTube and psychedelicizationism on TikTok to learn more about this theory of the 24-hour Antarctic sun being a reflection of a projection. Also, the arc in the Arctic north and the apparent anti-arc in the Antarctica south of the sun also gives us more understanding of the opposite, or it's not really opposite, but just the apparent counterclockwise and clockwise rotation of the stars in the north and in the south. So keep digging, keep seeking and finding. Flat Earth is truth. The globe Earth is definitely a lie. It's a delusional belief system that demands more blind faith than any religion on Earth. Have a great day. God bless.
If the Earth is a spinning globe, why can't NASA just zoom in and show us people driving upside down in Australia? NASA claims to have thousands of satellites orbiting the planet, capturing endless data and imagery. If that's true, shouldn't it be the easiest thing in the world to show us what life looks like on the bottom of the globe? Picture it, cars zooming along upside down, or surfers riding waves that are, apparently, hanging beneath the Earth. But we never see that perspective. Why not? With all the technology they boast about, where's the live footage of this so-called upside-down world? Here's the alternative explanation that makes more sense. The Earth isn't a spinning ball at all. Instead, it's flat and stationary. That would explain why the horizon always looks perfectly flat, no matter how high you go. It also explains why airplanes maintain a level flight path without dipping their noses to account for a curve. Everything we observe aligns far better with a flat Earth than the spinning globe story we've been told. And it doesn't stop there. Have you ever looked closely at NASA's space footage? There are documented instances where astronauts appear to manipulate camera angles or obscure windows to create the illusion of a spherical Earth. One infamous clip shows astronauts using a small circular section of a window to simulate the view of Earth from deep space. But when analyzed, it's clear they were still in low Earth orbit. Then there's the moon landing. NASA itself has admitted they've lost the technology to return to the moon. How do you lose something so monumental? It's like saying we forgot how to build pyramids. These inconsistencies raise serious questions about the entire narrative. So what do you think? Could the flat Earth model make more sense than we've been led to believe?
Does anyone else find it interesting that so much has been removed from our history books? Like if you go and actually get the physical textbook from before 1910, if you go and get a history book before 1910, it actually says that there was an advanced civilization here in the United States before the Native Americans. That there was evidence that they found it when they came over here, that they met the Native Americans, and then they found all these ruins from, quote unquote, in the book, an advanced civilization that was here in the past, but was no longer here. Yet my entire life growing up, I was never taught that. None of us were ever taught that. In fact, we're taught the opposite, and we're told not to ask about that. Why'd they take it out of the books? I can't be the only one that's curious about this stuff. I mean, everything's being put, in computers and databases. The problem with that is that they're removing anything they want first. So our only proof is in these physical textbooks. And how long are we going to have those? I don't know about you, but I'm going to start buying old books. Okay, love you, bye.
Here's a way you can prove the flat Earth irrefutably. The Suez Canal. This engineering marvel is over 120 miles long and completely level the entire way. No dips, no drops, just straight flat water. Now, if the Earth were truly a globe, we'd expect to see some sort of curve over that distance, right? So why is it perfectly level? Let's dive deeper into this. You've got this massive canal connecting the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, allowing ships to travel in both directions with ease. But if we're really living on a globe, shouldn't there be at least a little drop-off along those 120 miles, even just an inch? That's what you'd expect if the Earth curved, right? So why is it completely flat? In fact, here's a little experiment for you. The next time you fly, try recording the entire flight. Just let the camera run and notice something. There's no curve. The plane doesn't dip. You don't feel yourself nosediving to compensate for the Earth's curvature. Even better, ask the pilot if they have to account for the Earth's curve while flying. Most likely they'll look at you and say no. And let's be honest, if gyroscopes don't account for curvature, then why should we? But let's not stop there. Let's talk about emergency landings. If you look at flight patterns and emergency landings, you'll notice something odd. They only make sense on a flat Earth map. The one that looks an awful lot like the United Nations logo. On a globe, these landings are way out of place. It's almost as if the Earth isn't a spinning ball, but a flat plane, just like some of us have been saying all along. And water. Let's think about that too. When you spin water in a bucket, does it form a ball? Nope. It convexes outward. It does the complete opposite of forming a sphere. Water seeks its level. It doesn't curve around a ball. It's in the very nature of how fluids behave. So why would we think oceans are bending around a globe? It just doesn't add up. If all of this is true, why would anyone lie to us? What's the motive behind convincing us we live on a spinning ball when in fact the Earth is flat? Well, let's talk money. Space exploration is $1 trillion industry. NASA alone rakes in $69 million a day, every single day, from your tax dollars. To put that in perspective, that's more than what all the McDonald's in the world make in a day, and you can Google that if you don't believe me. The truth doesn't need to lie to win, it just is. But lies need your belief. They need your participation to exist. So why is the globe theory constantly pushed while the flat Earth idea is ridiculed? Maybe it's because the truth of our world is something they don't want us to see. Maybe they don't want us questioning the status quo.